Hi there. So have you ever been to an arcade as a kid with your friends and family? Like Chuck E. Cheese, Dave's and Buster's, or Main Event? I remembered when my parents took me to Chuck E. Cheese back in the day when I was 6 years old. Before they gave Chuck E. a new design. So before I entered Chuck E. Cheese, the employees would give us a stamp before we entered, like wearing a membership band. Not sure if they still do that to this day. But anyways, my favorite arcade games to play was the pinball machine, Mario Kart, and the dog pounder game. And if you guys don't know what dog pounder game is about, it's where you have to put your balls in the dog's mouth. I know, pretty gay, right? But I got so many tickets from pounding the shit out of the dog. I'm aware there's some fighting arcades machines like Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter, but I never came across it until I was a teenager. So with these games having arcade machines of their own, why is it that Brawlhalla doesn't have its own arcade machine or at least a concept idea about it? Maybe because it's a free-to-play fighting game, and that paying 25 cents to play a free game is weird? Anyway, here's what Brawlhalla looks like when it has its own arcade game. We'll start off with how the arcade machine will look like. So the machine will be pretty much similar to a Street Fighter arcade machine like this one. You can see the branding, the controls, the screen, and where to insert the coin. So the background could be something like this where it showcases more decks, Botva, and Hattori. The sides could just be the Brawlhalla logo with a light blue background on it. Or it could feature two Brawlhalla legends fighting each other like Orion and Hattori. As with the coin slot, I believe that most modern arcade machines use cards to play games instead of coins. So the Brawlhalla arcade machine would have a card reader and would tell you how many credits you'll spend on that card. And the controls will have 6 buttons, which are light attack, heavy attack, jump, dash, throw, and taunt. The other 3 buttons above are start, select, and menu button. These buttons would be used mainly during the character selection screen. The joystick will be used to move your character around and perform different attacks. If you have ever played Brawlhalla Mobile before, it would function similarly to it, but the control layout is fixed. The screen will be made out of glass or whatever material these machines use. So this is what the Brawlhalla arcade machine would look like. I've made 2 design ideas for the sides where the first one showcases 3 legends. And the second one is just the Brawlhalla logo. The control layout you see is similar to the one that you previously saw. Now let's look at how the game would look like. Brawlhalla has a game mode called Tournament Mode where you go against Brawlhalla bots in a tournament bracket to come out on top. There will be in total 4 players in each round. In every round, the top 2 people will advance to the next round. By the end of each round, the game will assess on how many points you earned based on the amount of chaos, the time you've spent on the round, the amount of deaths, and if you win a round or not. By the end of the tournament, you'll receive your total score earned throughout the tournament, and that will be recorded in the leaderboard. Although going against bots in Brawlhalla is easy for us players, there are a lot of people who don't play Brawlhalla. So this arcade can be an opportunity to showcase Brawlhalla gameplay experience to new people. Also, the game will be based on how many points are earned. So Brawlhalla players can compete to get the highest scores possible. Will you get ticket for playing Brawlhalla? No, because it would be too easy for Brawlhalla players to win another fighting game. Also, other fighting arcade games don't usually give out tickets. Now that we have covered the ideas and stuff for the Brawlhalla arcade, let's see the person's point of view playing this arcade, or how the game would look like for them. Before playing the Brawlhalla arcade, there is a screen for the Brawlhalla trailer in the background before showing another screen with the credit counter 0. There are 2 of them in case there are 2 people playing. It will then transition into showing the leaderboard, showing the top 10-20 players with the highest scores. Once you've swiped your card or inserted your coin, the screen will prompt you to press the start button to play. After pressing the start button, you'll then enter into a lobby with all of the Brawlhalla legends unlocked, so you can use any character of your choosing. Crossovers are not included. If you want a second person to join, he can join the lobby by inserting his card and pressing the start button to join. And then you'll just pick your character and you'll be in a tournament instantly. So continue fighting these bots until you've completed the tournament. Make sure to get the highest score possible. At any point if you lose a round, you'll have to start all over again by inserting another credit to play. So yeah, that's pretty much what if Brawlhalla had an arcade machine. Will Brawlhalla actually have an arcade machine? As of right now, no. But hopefully in the near future. But it will be very soon.